You're listening to the City World Radio Network. High-definition digital radio broadcasting from the city to the world. www.cityworldradio.com.
Hey all. Wow, a week before Labor Day, and everyone's my last good show before people leave me behind next week. Once again, you are up front with Frank Rothstein on the City World Radio Network. Hello to everybody listening to us on Skies Crescent Radio, skiescrescentradio.com. That's S-K-Y-E-S. Got to put the E in there. It helps. Also, hello to everyone on Live Me watching. And by the looks of it, we have six sevenths of a person sitting with me as always, back from her long vacation with her band, the Trainwalkers, as they started walking a little bit east and wound up all the way in Las Vegas, realized what they did, and they turned around, stopping a little pit stops in the Grand Canyon and everywhere else. So here she is with a woman who now needs, from all that walking, a new pair of shoes. It is Jade Zabrick. Hello, Jade. She's into silent mode. Okay, she's in silent mode. Let me turn that camera back on me. And yeah, we're doing okay. Jade, how was your vacation?
It was fun. Did a lot of things. Every day we did something. It was awesome.
How'd you see the Grand Canyon? Did you hike it? Did you sail it? Did you hike it?
No, we just drove there. We were there for like a half hour. What? You hike there?
You can hike. You
can camp there. I saw people camping.
You can camp. You can hike. You could do the rapids.
No.
That thing covers three
so
states
I don't
in a
know
lot of ways.
If you saw, I put a lot of videos up, but one of my videos is I don't camp. I glamp.
Yes, yes, you glamp. Yeah, these are for the wussy people, the wussy campers out there.
It's not that. I do everything else. I just go home and sleep in a bed at night.
Okay. She hangs out all day, then goes to a hotel. Okay, that's pretty cool, though.
Yes.
That's okay. So that was the story with that. Jade is back now. Feet are still throbbing from all that walking. Although she did put up a picture on Instagram or on Facebook. She's sitting on a rock and pointing the other way. I don't know what that was, but you were pointing to someone with a camera, pointing in another direction.
I don't know. I don't remember that picture.
We'll find it.
Okay.
It's on Facebook. We'll find it. And anyway, everything else is going pretty well. The Mets have been on a decent streak. They're somewhere close to the wild card. I'm happy about that. They're playing the Cubs tonight. Let's go Mets. And, well, the world has been... Why am I wearing these headphones? Who the hell needs them? Before I forget, if anyone wants to call in and talk about anything that I'm talking about, the number is 646-690-2976, 646-690-2976, and everything is going pretty well. So much so, I don't even have to search for content this week to read. I got all my stories right here. Because, and as much as I hate to talk about politics, how could I not help but talk about our president, or as I call him, the dumbander in chief. Holy cow. Okay. Should I go with the more serious one or the dumber one? Which one?
Silly.
The silly. Okay. I'm not sure how many people have been paying attention the last couple of days, but of course, Donald Trump went to the G7 conference. That's great. And somehow, in one of the conversations about climate change and what people can do, he suggested, in order to prevent hurricanes from hitting the U.S., we fire nuclear weapons into them. Go right over the eye of the storm and drop a nuke. The man wants to nuke the wind. That's what he wants to do, nuke the wind. Now, has anybody ever looked at a library file film video of when we have nuked places? Anyone ever see Japan after we nuked it? It ain't pretty, I got to tell you. And there's nothing that a hurricane can do that a nuclear weapon cannot do even more. And we are coming into hurricane season. One's coming over Puerto Rico tonight. And if there's 10 of them in 15 weeks, his idea, I guess, would be to drop 15 nukes into 15 storms. That's the idea of our president. And wow. And I never talk about, I mean, I really do respect the office of the president. That's insane. What do you say? I got it. Why don't we nuke the radioactive fallout? Oh, man. The winds carrying the... Oh, please. Oh, Lord. He is... I liked him better as a game show host. I really did. He was better off before he started doing this political thing, when he was just a guest on everybody's talk shows and he could laugh at them. Then comes his other idea. The Trump administration has asked the Supreme Court to legalize workplace discrimination against gay employees. And this reflects on Title VII, which was signed in 1964, which goes along with the Civil Rights Act. And the difference is, from 1964 to now, is that while people were considering... race and religion and gender, people were not considering gay, trans, or anything along that line. So this would not have been covered in that. And that is the argument. Is gay and trans, gay being gay men, gay women, or anyone gender identification, because that's not covered in Title VII, as part of its coverage. And this is a very huge case. It's a big request by the government, and it is a very interesting and important thing to look out for, because if some Supreme Court, if one of his appointed judges tips the scale and votes against this, that will set back decades of civil rights and any other rights affected laws. I cut my finger. I'm not sure on what. Maybe it was Jade. Maybe she hit me and hurt me. So that's a biggie. And a lot of these things, a lot of these cases that people don't really watch for. I know it's easy to laugh or curse this president and leave it at that. It's easy to say, what does he know, and leave it at that. And people are still saying, he's not my president. I got to tell you, He is. And some of the things that he is talking about, and I know when people turn on podcasts, they look for lighter stuff at times, and maybe they're waiting for me to play a song. But this does need to be said. This is a very, like him or not, he is the president of the United States. And like it or not, any president in either party, no matter who gets voted in, they're not guaranteed to appoint a judge to the Supreme Court. But if they do, they look for the old expression, they look for their judge, the one who will lean towards what they think, who will vote their way. I'm not sure what's going to happen with this request, but it is important, especially if it would affect you in any way, shape, or form, to keep track of this, because all of a sudden you could see a lot of people, at the simplest, getting fired for whatever fake reason they're given. Maybe they didn't count the rubber bands the right way, or didn't stack the paper clips. But either way, this is something very important to keep track of. Any president, when they put something before the Supreme Court, should be watched. Make no mistake about it. They are all important. Some of the stories, like nuking the wind, well, that's not important. That's not going to happen. It's a bad idea. No one's going to go along with it. But some of them are very important. It really is. It's 10 after 5. The number is 646-690-2976. I am on City World Radio. I am on Sky's Crescent Radio. I'm on Live Me. And that is what I'm doing. And I think I'm going to play a song. I don't know why I'm doing it so fast, but I feel like playing a song fast. So what did I do? I mean, I'm looking around this station. We have our red carpet is really a from hip to a little bit taller than me banner. We're in one little room. I wish the studio looked like on Frasier. You know, where I'm in one room and Roz is on the other. We'll put Jay behind the glass thing, relaxing and, you know, giving me dirty looks and whatever and getting laughs. But really, we're in a little, inexpensive thing like most internet radio station podcast things. You know, that's what it is. So I had to go to a song by the appropriate name. So I went to 1979 and the self-titled track of the Kinks song, Low Budget.
Love nothing can last. Money is rare, there's none to be found. So don't think that I'm tight if I don't buy around. I'm on a low budget. Yes, I'm on a low budget. I'm always turned up. I'm on a low budget. I'm a cut-price person in a low budget land. Say it again. One more time.
That was the Kinks. That was Low Budget. I always like that song. It's catchy. It's fun. It's a good song. So what else is got? Speaking of music, I was watching the VMAs last night, the MTV Video Music Awards, and I was thinking, opening it up as Taylor Swift was singing and looking great as she always does, and the act was pretty good, and it would have been even better if she was really singing, because she was not only lip syncing, she was slightly off. But it was okay. I mean, her material was good this year, and she won, as always. And I was thinking, when I watch all the rap on the VMAs, it is not the same rap songs you hear in the daily grind of life. The language you hear is far different. The effort put into it is much greater. Because all the acts are based on the videos they put in, they got to put a lot more work, as opposed to recording and releasing. But clearly, the people releasing that get considered for the VMA Awards are not the people I hear on the day-to-day basis, saying those words that I cannot say, and all the topics I would not want to sing to anybody anyway, because surely, as there have been so many people in the world who quoted some song lyrics to be a little bit romantic at times, or just because I like the phrase, if I use some of these lyrics and quote it to somebody in, say, a romantic way, listening, probably their big brother would want to kill me. So I don't like all the songs I hear. But last night, the show wasn't that bad. Some of the music I really did like. I saw Missy Elliott got the first Vanguard Award. She was very happy. And she also is in long service to her craft. She earned it. And I thought it was pretty cool. I haven't really watched that one in a couple of years. Usually I watch the Grammys. Then again, I watch the daytime Grammys, the awards presented in an earlier show. That's the one I watched in the Grammys, and my favorite band in country, they never get it. They're not commercially the big band, the Mavericks. But okay, hey, what the hell, huh? So, speaking of music, I was reading this week, this came out the other day, that when Aretha Franklin died, I don't know if anyone read this, she died with almost $1 million in uncashed checks in her possession. Yeah. Aretha didn't make it to the bank. I'm not sure what she did exactly, but they took an inventory of it, and she had a check for $702,711.90 from Sound Exchange and Screenwriters Guild, as well as uncashed checks for her publishing company, Springtime Publishing, from EMI, BMI, Carlin Music, and Feel Good Films in the amount of $944,944.27. In total, $988,656,000.17, walking around in uncashed pocket change.
But that's probably like 3 months worth of work for her.
Well, that probably is.
So that's I was thinking when you said it at first, like she had years of uncashed, but that's two checks.
No, she was no, that's 2 checks. Yeah, but the thing about here's why this is important. When she died, there was no official will. Just generally thought that her 4 kids were just.
Oh, she had kids.
She had children. Yeah, they're children, but whatever they are, and at what age, they would just cut it up down the middle evenly. But there was no official will, and everyone got their lawyers and whatever else. But with this upsets all the balance because now they have to see. I should say that, but when cleaning out her effects, going through her stuff, they found 3 handwritten wills, what we now call codicils if she had an official will. but she had 3 handwritten wills, and now all the kids have gotten lawyers to see the validity of all the wills. If
They're
this
all
really,
different.
it didn't really go into it too much, but whatever she's requesting, whatever, maybe she had a fight with one of them, maybe she didn't, maybe somebody else had a grandkid for, whatever the deal may be. She has 3 handwritten requests. Now they have to see how legal those are, and these checks have come about. This gets interesting, because the first thing that happens when someone dies and there's nothing super official, everyone gets a lawyer. Yeehaw. Go Aretha. Wow. I want $988,000 in checks. Someone send it to me.
I just signed up for SoundScan. I got a ASCAP check like 2 weeks ago.
Cool. Cool. She's in. She's official.
Next is the Grammys.
There you go. Get a check. Get the trophy. Get the check from the trophy. Get the Grammys. Yeah, I like it. I think so. I don't care if she got $1 or $1 million. She got a check for her work from ASCAP, and that's a good thing. That's pretty cool. Speaking of more record companies, before we start playing more records, I really would like to have records in here. Spin them. Anyway, did anybody hear that Hasbro, the toy company, played all those games we did as kids? Hasbro acquired gangster rap label Death Row Records as part of a $4 billion deal. That was published the 25th. And it starts off with My Little Pony, Meet Tupac Shakur. Okay. Hasbro has acquired gangster rap Death Row Records, which counts Shakur and Snoop Dogg among its artists, as a bid to grow its stable of family-friendly entertainment. Okay. $4 billion deal. This is a company that now produces animal kids shows like Peppa Pig and PJ Masks. I have never heard of these things. I haven't watched. No, I don't want to get watch those 6:30 cartoons at all. No, sorry. But they do own My Little Pony, Monopoly, Mr. Potato Head, and many other things that we all played with. Wow, they own Mr. Potato Head and Monopoly. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Oh, man. Well, they acquired it. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work out. It was founded in 1991 by, I forgot, Suge Knight. Okay. The DOC and Dr. Dre. And now Hasbro got it. All right, listen. Good luck to him. That's the big move in music this week. And that's what's going to go happen. Let's play a song. What do I want to play music. I like playing music. I should talk more. I mean, I got to pay to be here. I should talk a little bit. But I like playing the music. And right now, yeah, that's the one I'm going to play, because I'm going to go back to 2004 from the album Whorehouse Blues. Excuse me, from the album Inferno. This is Motorhead and Whorehouse Blues.
2, 3, 4. Well, we come up from the gutter, the wrong side of the tracks. Yeah, we come up from the gutter, wrong side of the tracks. You know the music brought us out, babe, and we ain't never been back. 'Cause we went city to city, all around the world. Yes, we went city to city, all around the world. You know it never looked like enough, honey, even after 30 years. 'Cause we come blazing like a shooting star, and we light you up real good. We come blazing like a shooting star, and we light you up real good. We're gonna hit you like a flash of lightning, just like a bad boy would. Make your name. that's missing is a little mouth harp blues. Mouth harp blues. You know the only thing that's missing is a little mouth harp blues. That's how we do it. And you know life's full of surprises. You know we do that too. Oh yeah. Come on. But we are satisfied, satisfied. No, we ain't never been good looking, but we are satisfied, satisfied. We should have opened up a little whorehouse, honey, get a little booty on the side.
That was Motorhead. That was Lemmy Kilmister singing from their album Inferno. That was the Whorehouse Blues. I always liked his music. He's a metal band that didn't always have to stay just with metal. They had a lot of good songs along the way. They covered a lot of great music along the way. And they were never locked into one sound, limiting them as to what they could do with themselves. I was looking at this picture. I'm not sure how much of the news got covered on it. It was a little thing. Personally, I think there's incest in the sea. I wonder what Charlie Tuna was doing down there. But somebody went fishing this week, and this was in upstate New York, and it's a trout with two mouths at Lake Champlain. I mean, someone went... I cannot believe this. This is the weirdest looking thing. And I don't mean it had like two mouths. This is a fish with two full mouths, one on top of the other. So it's obvious as to which is the initial mouth, the one that's supposed to be. I'm not sure about the other one. And what I'm not sure about it is, because it's not showing it by picture, is when the second jaw, the bottom jaw is open, is it two openings to one throat, which is what it appears to be, or if there's two ways for the fish to swallow. Either way, be careful what's going on in the water. It looks weird out there. Whoa. Things that nightmares are made of. What does it say? Did she say what she was doing? The fish grabbed a small blue and white evil-eyed lure. And then, I'm sure it gave it a decent fight. They pulled it in. Yeah. Lower lip and a lower mouth. About 4 to 5 pounds. 23 inches. They set it free. Cool. That's pretty cool. But damn. Imagine if Jaws had two mouths. Dun-dun, dun-dun. Yeah, really. It's pretty cool. So anyway, last night near my area, we had a manhole fire, electric fire last night. One of those manholes that Con Ed the electric company is always working in, just blew up. It wasn't a big explosion in the street, but there was clearly a manhole fire going on. Flames coming up, the nice black smoke from all the rubber on the cables burning, that nice stench in the air. Looked pretty good. We were all shooting pictures of it and whatever, and fire department, police department, very calm, waiting for Con Ed, our electric company here, to get there like they always do, eventually, to isolate the area in the grid and turn off power. About 150 people lost power because of this for a little while, and yeah, no one got hurt. That's the good news. But hey, now, big fire. So what else is going on here in the world? Anyway, I looked from August 21st. Well, Mexican judge has granted 2 people the right to possess, transport, and use cocaine recreationally. in what's been praised as a historic first step towards ending the country's war on drugs. Well, that would do it. I got to tell you, that would do it. Making it legal would do it. Now, I like it's recreationally, so I guess you can't open an office and do it, or you can't put out like a little business table on the street and do coke. But if you sit in the park bench, if you're having a party and a few friends over, if you're just laying on the beach, what the hell? Blend it in with the sand and do a few lines. It's okay. It's legal now. And that's just actually, well, I'm laughing it off, but that's really what it is. We have spent years working for more secure, just, and peaceful Mexico. And that's by Lisa Sanchez, director of the Mexico United Against Crime Group. And the case is about insisting on the need to stop criminalizing drug users and designing better public policies and explore all available options. Somehow, I guess the idea was the best available option was to give up. Because now you have legal, recreational cocaine. There you go. I could be wrong, but something doesn't seem right about that. There's something doesn't seem right about that. I mean, I know that, when the big kid always sneaks the little kid a beer or a drink, or the big kid gives the little kid used to give his little kid the Playboy magazine. The big kid always gives the little kid something. It usually happens that way. Now, the big kid can give the little kid a few lines of coke to do. And that's just pretty much what it described. It's recreational, After we exercise, we go. There we go. We party time. 5:32. Yeah, it's always an interesting week. It really is. It never ceases to amaze me about... I mean, I know it sounds like I'm not taking it seriously and I'm laughing it off and all that stuff. But when I read these things, I mean, listen to what I'm reading here. Legalize cocaine. A president who wants to nuke the wind in a storm. Looking for a way out of Title VII to fire people who are gay. What else do I have over here? A fish with two mouths. Well, it's okay. I've seen pictures of baby with three heads. It never ends. Once you get away, Aretha Franklin has almost $1 million in uncashed checks in her bag. It's okay. I mean, you can always stop in and deposit. Once you get away from the headlines, once you get away from what the cable outlets are talking about, and just keep on looking, get away from page 8, keep going into the paper, keep looking at those odd end stories. I love the section of the New York Post called Weird But True, which appears in a lot of other syndications. Weird But True. Odd end stories that are very true of the things that people do that you just can't believe. You just can't believe. Anybody ever see a wood chipper? Remember Fargo, the movie Fargo? It takes place in North Dakota. At the end of the movie, the bad guy is caught. He's just killed his partner. He's got his partner in a wood chipper. That's a giant machine that takes wood to chop trees and turns them into chips, like mulch, whatever. A wood chipper. And now I found a picture, how dumb people are. And it says, you don't have to call people stupid. You don't have to tell people they're stupid. Just let nature take its course. There's a picture of a guy looking to clear the clog in his machine by putting his whole leg in there. I'm assuming he turned it off. But he's putting his leg in a wood chipper. And I look for stories for things like this, that people can be that dumb. It's just incredible. So when you look at people, they have an odd tattoo, they have a few body piercings, that's nothing. That's nothing. I get to read all this stuff. I don't read untrue stories. Everything I tell you is actually true. And whether people, so when you hear me talking about things that are racism, not racism, whatever it is, the stories are true because the stories are coming from the oddest of directions, the oddest of things. And yeah, people are doing them. I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing them. What's going on in San Francisco? This came from August 11th. San Francisco Board of Supervisors sanitizes language of criminal justice because, well, people are, The words felon, offender, convict, addict, juvenile delinquent will be part of the past in official San Francisco parlance under new person first language guidelines adopted by the Board of Supervisors. A juvenile delinquent will become a young person with justice system involvement. That's pretty hard to say. But watch out for him. He's a young person with justice system involvement. I don't know if it has any ring to it. No one's going to remember that. What else we got here? A drug addicts or substance abusers will become a person with a history of substance abuse. Yeah, they have a history. No one's going to buy into this stuff. Nobody's going to remember this. They're going to say, yeah, he's an addict. We don't want people to be forever labeled for the worst things they have done. How about a pedophile? I mean, it doesn't even say this here because no one's going to touch the subject. What do you call a pedophile that has gone to jail? If they didn't get killed in jail, they're now released from jail, and they're a registered sex offender. Do they have to change that name? What would be a good thing for sex offender? Pedophiles, pediatric, sex offender, I don't know, insulter? I don't know. Let's see. Haney was one of the first supervisors, who voted for the new guidelines, which Supervisor Sandra Lee Fewer proposed. According to the resolution, one of 5 California residents has a criminal record and would like prisoner, convict, inmate, or felon only serve to obstruct and separate people from society and make institutionalization of racism and supremacy appear normal. Yeah. Inaccurate information, unfounded assumptions, generalizations, and other negative predispositions. Look, I didn't even fumble that. That's pretty good. Associated with justice-involved individuals. Oh, God. We want them to ultimately become a contributing citizens. Trying to see if there's any other. Well, just keep on going down the list. Does someone with several speeding tickets become a roadrunner? What? Who thinks of this stuff? Everybody has to be stiff. Feelings have to, my feelings. No, you're a 6-time murderer. What should we call you? Somebody with a justice system involvement. No. Well, that's just to me. Why do you think I play music on these shows? Because of this. Yeah, but that's just what it is. Now, actually, I'm not kidding. They are not mentioning sex offenders of any grade, any nature in this article, because there's no. What do you call if you don't want to call them a pedophile because they may not get a job next week? What do you call them? Someone with an ill-advised attraction to a younger generation? Would that sound right, Jade? Sounds well worded. Doesn't sound right, does it? No, they're a pedophile. That sounds right. But that's just what goes on. And these stories are out there. And excuse me. And yeah, I do always keep track, or at least look for them, because I cannot believe, in this article, the not dumbing down, but this theory of the world where no one can be offended, no one can be insulted, no one can be labeled. Well, yeah, if you're used to be the term 3-time loser. 3-time loser went to jail for life, but that hasn't been in a while. I mean, if you're a mass murderer, what does... Well, actually, it was actually discussed on the news recently. What number of people killed qualifies as a mass shooting? And this was already discussed. The number is 4. 4 people or more labels you as a mass shooter. A mass shooting. That's what it is. Well, what is the defense? So if someone kills 4 people, or someone kills 24 people. What do they say to the judge? Well, yeah, but I'm not as bad as that guy. It's a mass shooting. It's just the way it is. Leave the number out of it. It's a mass shooting. And yeah, so I am not for... But then this has been happening for a long time. Every kid has to get a trophy. Everybody gets a blue ribbon like this, it's showing up. Everyone gets a little loving cup to be a little 2-year-old should be proud. It's okay when they're 2 years old, make them smile. But when they're getting a little bit older, it's okay to tell somebody you got to work a little bit harder. There's nothing wrong with it. Maybe one day Jade will get her Grammy Award with her ASCAP check and all that stuff. But she didn't get the award the first day she picked up the guitar. It doesn't happen that way. It's extremely rare that somebody picking up anything, doing something for the very first time becomes the king of the hill right away. It's rare. Put it that way. It takes a lot of years and a lot of work. And if you lose, it's okay. It used to be at the Academy Awards, the Oscars, and the winner is... That was a famous thing, and the winner is no more because no one's allowed to lose. Now, over the last, I don't know how many years it becomes, and the Oscar goes to. No, I like, and the winner is. It's okay, and the Grammy goes to. No. The winner is. I'm sorry, you lost. Your song was good, but not good enough. You lost. There's nothing wrong with that. And I don't feel, maybe it's me, maybe it's just a new idea to me. I don't know, but somehow... over-sanitizing, that's the word they're using, dumbing down, smoothing over, and all that, of words that describe people is not my idea of fun, So they're not on the most wanted poster. What if you're on the wanted poster, you're not Public Enemy number 1 anymore. What would be a good alternative to Public Enemy number 1? I mean, what do you call somebody then? America's Most Feared? Oh, well, what do I know? Well, it's a 5:42, and I think I'm going to play a few more songs because, well, we've discussed enough serious stuff for today, and we'll talk it over a little bit as I'm playing some songs. Which one do you like that song? That's actually a good song. Okay, I'm going with that one. So from 1980, from the album Wild Planet, this is the B-52s in Private Idaho.
Straight right through.
At first I thought it was infatuation, but oh, how it's lasted so long. And now I find myself wanting you to marry you and take you home. Oh, darling, you send me, darling, you send me. I know you send me, unless you do. At first I thought that it was infatuation, but oh, how it's lasted so long. And now I find myself wanting to marry you and take you home. You send me, I know you send me, darling, you send me, honest you do, honest you do, honest you do.
I couldn't help it. I like that song. That's Haley Reinhart covering Sam Cooke's "You Send Me" on her new album Bulletproof that just came out. I thought she did a very nice job on that one. I always liked her singing. I've seen her live. She's going to be at Mercury Lounge, I believe, in October. She's a really good live show. She really is. She's got the right voice. She has the right look, and she can keep a room. She really does. She can keep a room there. And I'm looking forward to going to see her, when it comes up. It's 5:49. I got a couple more minutes to go, so I hope everybody had a good week. I hope everybody has a good Labor Day. Not sure what I'll be doing. Maybe I'll be touring another neighborhood, looking for all kinds of crazy stories to talk about, because I'm not off next week. So trust me, there'll be something ridiculous in the world to talk about. There always is. I don't know why, but it just goes that way. And I'm pretty much out of here. So I'm going to leave you with one song, okay? And I'll be back next week. Everyone have a great holiday. Take advantage of those sales. Go see your friends. Have one more big barbecue and enjoy the beach if the weather permits. This is covering some good songs, as always. Covering JoJo's Leave, along with Brielle Von Hugel and Virginia Cavalier. This is Robin Adele Anderson. Leave.
Get out right now. It's the end of you and me. It's too late now. I can't wait for you to be gone. 'Cause I know about her. And I wonder how I brought up the lies. You said that you would treat me right, but you was just a waste of time. Waiting all day for you, babe. So won't you come and sit and talk to me? Tell me how we're gonna be together always. Hope you know that when it's late at night, I hold on to my pillow tight. Think about you promised me forever. I never thought that anyone could make me feel this way. Now that you're here, boy, all I want is just a chance to say, hey, get out right now. It's the end of you and me. It's too late now. I can't wait for you to be gone. 'Cause I know about her. I wonder how I brought up the lies. You said that you would treat me right, but you was just a waste of time. Tell me why you're looking so confused when I'm the one who didn't know the truth.
or visually impaired, one national organization is taking the lead. The Guide Dog Foundation breeds and trains Labradors and Golden Retrievers